Hi everyone, I hope you can see all these wonderful cards. I wasn't going to do this video, but I got called to it, and Celina beat me from Essence of the Moon yesterday in showing this cute little Weiser Tarot. But I had a bit of a dilemma because there are eyes watching my channel for showing things that we're not supposed to show that end up in our cards that are art masterpieces. So what I've done is take some sticky notes because I couldn't find my washi tape. Celina mentioned that and I've hunted all over the house. Can't find my washi tape. So this is going to be press and go fashion wear for your RWS decks. Because we gotta play it safe, don't we? So, I'll show a few cards. I'm still in my housecoat down here having a nice cup of tea, and I didn't know I was going to be doing some runway designs. But here we are. And I must say I like the colors of this deck. I'm not sure if my sticky note colors are appropriate, but you got to do what you got to do. Got to get this out to the masses. I mean, there is runway stuff happening here. So, there is my first one for the Lovers card. Now, I gave Eve a bit of a headdress because, she is the lady. And I tried to coordinate some stripes on her dress by the shoulders there with his looks more like a Hawaiian outfit there. But that is our Lovers card, wearing the latest fashions. And of course, the Devil. They needed to have some attire too. So he got some sort of Bermuda shorts there. And I'm not going to be able to shuffle these in because, it is press and stick wear. So it's not really going to last the test of time. But I wanted to show you these because, back to this again. Look at the colors in this deck. Like, I'm going to have to find some sticky notes with some fall fashion colors. These are maybe more spring. But I'm looking at the colors in these. I'm loving the purple in that little abscessing mountain between them. There's some issues going on there in the Garden of Eden. And I do like his fancy red wings over there. But do you notice their feet? Their feet are red too. It's like that, I want to say blood is seeping up through the ground around them. Really cool. Then we get into the Star card. Now, I could have done better with her, but I gave her a little hat. I know she's out in the moon there, and I noticed that her, excuse the term, jugs are red. And that is, to me, pouring out a lot of passion, a lot of passionate emotion is being shared there. And I tried to give her a little bit of, they have the Pamela Coleman Smith flowers all around her there. I thought I'd put a little print of that on her outfit. And there is quite the spotting of color because that ibis in the tree has got some great red on it as well. Then the Sun card. Well, that was a little bit tricky. But he got his outfit too, if I can get it to focus. You got the wall there, the banner. I mean, that's a very rich banner. Loving that. And then we have, Judgment Day. Well, it was hard to get all these boxers the right size for these people. And it's hard to get this in focus, isn't it? But, when the trumpet calls, they had to have their fashion wear. And I like to show a little bit of shape on this girl. She's got a great shape. And this one's got a little towel in the background there. So that was kind of fun. And then the World card. I think she deserves a little bit more sticky tape pizzazz, but so far she's got what she's got. Maybe I'll come back and make her a little booty dress too. Who knows? Anyway, let's look at the other cards. Let me just pause and get the fashion runway stuff out of the way, and we'll continue on. So, runway fashions aside, this is the box that it comes in, and it's similar to my Lenormand little bit sticky right now, but nice little travel size. And this is its cover card. So you can see it's put out by Weiser Books. And a little bit more information there for you. So 2025, just got it in my hot look. I got sticky fashion all over me. So let's get that out of the picture and take a look at the majors. Now, if I zoom this up a little bit and we go boink, 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 boink. There you go. So there's our Fool. And as Celina mentioned, there is the Hebrew letters and the glyphs for the houses there. But aren't these colors kind of fab? Now, in the camera, it's not showing the depth of some of these. So I'm just going to adjust the lighting. That's a wee bit better. Okay. So, yeah, I really am thrilled with the colors in this deck. Quite nice. Like, wouldn't you love that robe for your next ritual? Come on. Gorgeous. The Priestess, the High Priestess. And it's interesting they put green in the background there. Still got your black and white pillar. She's still got the moon crescent there at her feet. But it is a little bit more pizzazzy. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And I should show you the backs. There you go. So they do have quite a white border around them. Wouldn't these be nice with borderless? So that's our Empress, our Emperor, rich regalia. Now the color around him is actually deeper than what you're seeing in the back mountains there. The Hierophant. Look at the blue on his gown. Yummy. This is like parade for sure. Look at all those colors. Strength. And I'll just put a couple decks beside this. So if you have these minis, you can see roughly the size. So there is Strength. The Hermit. I think they could have had a little bit more glow from that. But he's got some nice little yellow loafers on. The Wheel. That's another dynamite one. Now, there you can see some of the colors just a bit better. So if you like color, this is quite something. And when I ordered it, I didn't know, maybe I didn't see any samples. I think I just saw mini and had to have it. That's got a lot of darkness, a lot of depth, even in the clouds. So, oh yeah, there's one more there, the moon. I think it'll be great for spell work. So let's take a look and zoom back out again. There we go. So there's our ace. Now, it's the colors that are really... The water there looks choppy, icy, and cold, so you could bring some of that when you're doing your silent walkthroughs. Lots of different color energy you could bring to that. I like how the orange, the sun-setting color is really running through here. So it's not so much about the wreath anymore, it's about the energy, and that's almost the strength card running right through that. They've made the deck more inclusive. But I applaud the person who picked the colors. I get an evening feel to this deck. You let me know what you feel. So maybe my runway fashions are a little bit off. Maybe they need to be a little bit more evening, fall colored. Woo! The lovers are taking a ride there. The color of the grass there, that golden green, really nice. You can feel the somberness in this one. It is heavy. The roof just seems a little bit more ancient and old in this one. Really liking that. You can feel the heaviness of the decision he has to make there. That might be a little bit too colorful on the cape for this one because, you know, he is in that somber mood as he moves away from all these relationships that no longer fulfill him. Interesting with this red right in here. Happy card. Wow. Even he looks fabulous. A little bit of color on the horse hooves. And our Ace of Swords. A little bit of vibration in the colors there. Try to adjust it so that goes away. This has a great mood to it. So, you know, color does do different things to our feelings and how we interpret things. Purple for me is always about higher understanding, and I guess if he's in this restful pose here, he can gain some insights. Aggressiveness comes through loud and clear in this one. So I do think this will be a deck I will use a lot for entering that solitude, embracing the bliss. It's got a nice sound to it too. I mean, there's a whole energy there that you could just, the words could just start flowing. Might be a good deck for those that are writers. Journalers. Potential. Full of potential. Love this one. This might be my favorite 5 of coins. So if you like RWS and don't mind embracing a little bit of color, might be a good deck for you. And it's very inexpensive. I think it was like 20 bucks, 22. This one you lose a little bit of the older gentleman, But that could be brought into the storyline, right? Ominous looking Knight of Pentacles. You mentioned him next to the Death card. Ooh, or even the Devil. Our Queen. And the King. Now his robes are a little bit heavy, but so could be his thoughts on his monetary concerns. Nice little white rabbit in the corner. So let's see how they look in a little spread. Okay. They would be nice to take out to do a Celtic cross if you were so inclined for clients, because it's not going to take up too much room. Tilt this a wee bit. And if you had some over here, not quite turned over, the backs are quite pleasant. And not to forget some of our cards with a little bit of attire. And that's getting blown out by the light, but you get the idea. And I've got some of the Fashionwear back on my fingers, but I hope that you get a peek and enjoy that, because I think it's quite a good deck. Have fun, everybody.